We were just in the sewers.
Yeah, you guys had just killed the rock, and we're making your way down the sewers. I forgot to give. I need to give out if you guys want to remind me. I need to give out heroic inspiration more often. So Kreth, because you guys have successfully killed this creature that you have held a burden, a grudge against all these years, the ones that killed your team, one of the rocks that killed was responsible for killing your team, you gain a heroic inspiration.
What does that do?
If you do you already have one? Or at the top of your character sheet, you can. This shows how often I give this out. At the top right of your screen, right next to your level, at top right of your character sheet, that you can click the little button next to your level, and that'll make it light up. That'll mean you have heroic inspiration, and you can use that to re-roll any roll, even after you know the result. So you'll like, okay, does a 15 hit? And I'll be like, no, it doesn't. It misses, and I'll be like, and you could be like, I would like to use my heroic inspiration to re-roll that attack, something like that. That's how it's used.
How long does that last?
Just until you use it.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's like a one-time use thing.
Yep. All right. So today's session, we begin not with you guys, but instead with a professor of Imberfell College. One you might know, called Maxwell Norrith. Most students of this prestigious Imberfell College aren't aware of the restricted library in the upper levels of the Broken Tower. That area is outside of common knowledge. Maxwell Norrith was far beyond common knowledge. In the depths of Imberfell, he entered a place known to those in the know as the Third Restricted Library. It is hidden by spell, secrecy, and a teleportation circle known to very few in the entire world. In the depths, the man studied a tome, not opened, for perhaps 1,000 years. Why it was put here, he did not know. Though, it was giving him some interesting information. As he read, just simply following up on a lead that Adrien sent to him, asking about the Divine Forge, it led him deeper and deeper into this mystery over the last few days, until finally leading him to this library and this tome. Divine Theory, a study of the world, the gods, and the outer planes. It is not a particularly interesting title for a book, but the tome itself is thick, ancient, and holds dangerous secrets. He begins reading out loud. I, Marith, forged myself a successor. I've hidden them away in a place my brother and sworn enemy will never look. Ash covers us, mine in spirit, and theirs in reality. If I fall, she will continue this war until our enemy Tareth is finally defeated. There have been legends about things that Marith has done in the past, old and ancient legends that him as a history professor would be well aware of. But the commentary that the author supplied, which is a much longer passage on the page after quoting what Marith said, was even more concerning. The author says, and thus I propose my theory. There will be no end to this war. It is a well-known truth the lesser gods are nearly impossible to kill, even by greater beings. Greater gods, 1,000 times more. Brothers and sisters, you all must understand, life cannot exist without death. Death cannot exist without life. And all the more so with Marith and Tareth. You cannot have one without the other. That would destroy all balance. To kill Tareth and be rid of him would kill Marith as well, for one half of the wheel cannot roll without the other. The greater gods know this, and yet they wage their war forevermore. He finishes reading. He is cut off as there is the sound of a door opening and closing far off in the distance in this vast room filled with tomes. On instinct, as Maxwell Norrith, he is not supposed to be here. He casts invisibility on himself and silently peers around the hallway. A couple of people block his only exit for escape. Strange. He had never met any of these people, but they all held robes of professors of Imrafel Academy. They all began to cast spells. They were not looking for a book, it was quite clear. They were preparing for a fight. Somehow, they'd figured out he was here. As Maxwell Norrith began to make his way through the halls, trying to avoid these strange pursuers, he managed to get a glimpse of one of them. They spoke to each other in very hushed tones, but as one turned away, scanning across the room, he saw the pitch black eyes of this man. A dragonborn, or what once was a dragonborn, now a corrupted. Maxwell Norrith didn't even realize that these people... He certainly was not prepared for this. And he begins to continue to sneak around the library. But the pursuers are getting impatient. They know he is here, they simply can't find him. At long last, one of them decides to be a clever pursuer and casts see invisibility. The incantation for such is very obvious to anybody with the immense and magical knowledge that an Imrafel professor would have, and he is able to realize immediately that he will be discovered in moments. Knowing this, Maxwell Norrith dashes, just throwing away all hints of stealth, and begins making his way to another room across the library. Perhaps there is another exit, or maybe he can double back around and find another way back to the entrance. But as he skids to a halt, a fifth is there. A fifth man who grins at him as soon as he comes around the corner. This fifth also having the dark eyes of a corrupted mark. Maxwell Norrith, I think you are not supposed to be here. And with that, we go back to you all.
No!
Going
No!
to... In the sewers, we transition to the sewers of Westwood, where, fresh off of your victory, you have all just slain one of the three Rucks, apparently besieging the city in their own animalistic way. And yeah, you guys are currently making your way through the sewer. Or actually, we'll play this. Rushing, you guys hear the sounds of steps approaching you all, as racing around the corner is a man in the robes of the Golden Will. Okay. That was a lot of running. Whew. He takes a moment to recover from the running he had just done. I have been... Your presence, adventurers, has been requested by the mayor up on the top of the hill. If you will follow me, I can lead you. I can lead you straight there. Whew, man, I'm getting a little old for this. Excellent. All right, he actually shows you down one passage, as I've stated before. Noah?
Helicopter.
What?
No, that's a helicopter.
There's a helicopter over your house right now?
Yeah, or a plane.
It's really loud.
Holy cow! Okay, sorry. You begin to follow this priest of the the Golden Will, and it doesn't take long before you make it towards the upper parts of the town, where you are at the very least nearing, if not directly under, the clearing that is the top of the hill at the center of Westwood, where the Golden Will resides. There is a lot of things going on right now. You're already aware of the Ruck problem. That certainly needs taken care of, but the mayor wants you to get the entire story. Ever since we just saw you take down one Ruck, surely you will be able to fix our other problems as well?
Maybe that is the plan. We were sent here by
the Argentus family, my family. And I do have a message for the mayor.
Thank the gods. And you make your way up a set of steps, and sure enough, you are in the outer area of the courtyard, surrounding a field of shimmering gold. You see, there are a lot of people scattered around. A bunch of tents have been set up. There's a lot of people wandering around. It looks like a refugee camp, and that makes sense if the majority of the town has temporarily evacuated to this place.
Okay. And you said we're still in the town?
You are at the center of the town, where the lesser god resides.
Yep.
Yep, that is where last session you saw one of the rocks try to scrape past part of the town, and it was rebuffed.
Oh, okay.
Where is it here? Here we go. These the adventurers who took down that rock. We all saw it from up there, and you see a halfling has approached you with a couple of both halfling and human guards, as a good chunk of this town. There is a good halfling population. And who would you all be?
So this guy the mayor? I just want to clarify.
Yeah, this is the mayor. You would have been
Kazi
made aware he's a halfling.
Okay. Kazi pulls the letter from his father to the mayor of Westwood. This is a letter from my father, Lord Valar Argentus, to the acting mayor of Westwood for our aid in this conflict. And Kazi hands him the letter.
He takes it and opens it and begins to read it. After enough time that he's been able to read a section of it, but probably not the whole thing, he stops and just stuffs it back into the envelope. That's useless. Okay, not to insult your family, I must be aware of my political importance, and thus no insult to your family. However, the conflict that is stated in this letter is simply not of importance to us right now.
Then what is of importance to you right now?
The giant birds! The giant birds that are invading my town! And that's not the only thing. Because rocks we can take care of. Or rather, the guild should be able to take care of. He glares at a couple of people who clearly are adventurers, who look a little ashamed and just look away. You are currently surrounded by a lot of people. It's a crowded place, so there's no real place to have a proper meeting. Besides maybe the medicine hall that you guys recovered in over a month ago.
Okay. Kazi says, raising an eyebrow. Is the guild not offering their support to their own town?
They have offered to give support. This time, a man that you have met before, this is the will speaker. You talked to him momentarily, and he was able to confirm that you are not corrupted way back. This was a long time ago, so I understand if you don't specifically remember him, but this is basically the head priest of the Golden Will, and he speaks up. We have an agreement, at least between the guild and the town, to defend the town at all costs. Costs that can be recuperated by the town. It's a complicated matter. More importantly, I believe the mayor here is a little emotional to tell this tale properly. The guild is having a little bit of a civil war at the moment. Precisely. This is insane. On the very week that these rocks show up, not 3 days before, the guild starts having this insane argument. It starts as a couple of fights in town that my guards have to stop, and it all got way worse when that guild master, whatever his name was. I believe you are talking about... Where is he? Do I not have his name anywhere? This is awkward. There we go. Yes, I believe you would be talking about Gerald Oaktall, the guild master sent from the head of the core guild. Precisely. Yes. Yes, Wheel Speaker, yes. That man had some business with the current guild master of this town, and instead of talking it out like civilized beings, they decided to have a fight in the middle of the street. And that fight turned into a standoff, and that standoff was only broken by the Rucks showing up. And now, because they're in a disagreement, they're too afraid of working together, in the fear that if they decide to turn their backs on their current foes and fight these Rucks, then it'll only be a matter of time before they are betrayed by their temporary allies.
To be fair, that fear is justified because, as far as we know, Andrew, what was it? The head of the Adventurers Guild from this town is the one who sent the assassins after that guy?
Yes.
The leader of this chapter of the Adventurers Guild sent assassins after... What was his name?
This would be Gerald Oaktal.
Sent assassins after Gerald Oaktal. So, yeah. Don't know if that ever got explained.
I assumed as much from the context and the accusations thrown at each other over the course of the couple of days where there was a standoff. They're
The
idiots!
standoff happened over multiple days.
None of them understand. Yes, over multiple days. It was about 2.5, and that's when the Rucks showed up.
I think there are more things at play than we know of, Kazi said, frowning.
Some might believe that it is not a coincidence that the Rucks showed up at such a time, that somebody lured them here. Perhaps one of the guild factions fighting within the town. They all deserve to be arrested and then exiled for their crimes. There's no fighting in my town! Precisely, Mayor.
Kazi looks at them. One thing is for certain. The rocks were lured here intentionally.
Why would you say that?
Have you smelled the water lately?
My nose has been on the fritz again. It's... actually, as you smell, now that you're, like, actively trying to smell for the sickly sweet smell of those berries, there is none here.
You must not be able to smell it here, Kazi said with a shrug. The entire water system of the town is infested with the smell of whatever those berries are. They are known as berries that attract unicorns, which are apparently a rock's favorite food.
That would explain it. Also, we're not smelling it because our holiness cleanses the air even outside of his own domain. He glances at the where the golden will is residing.
That's a bonus.
So you're saying somebody doused the water with this stuff that can lure in rocks? So it was intentional.
Yes.
That is exactly what my investigator said. So your investigators were right. Is it possible that if we eliminate this source of this bait, that the rocks will go away?
Possible? Yes. Likely? No. They might linger. How many rocks have you seen? That should be a good starting question.
3.
3? Okay.
2 now that we saw you kill one. We're assuming you killed it. We saw it dive in between those buildings and not come back up.
It is dead. You are correct.
Excellent. Then kill the others. I'm sure that we can put together a suitable reward for your honorable heroicship. Also, if you deal with these guild members for us, we'd be willing to put in something else for it too. We're not... That is beyond your... If I may say, that is beyond your authority. Technically, by treaty, the guild is outside of your jurisdiction. That's ridiculous. But true. The guild holds considerable powers in a number of cities. We don't want to make enemies of them. They've made enemies of this town because they insist on fighting within its walls. The question is, if we can all agree to handle one problem at a time. The Rucks are our first priority, since nobody can leave the outer boundary without them being attacked by these creatures and eaten, as a number of the town guards have unfortunately found out. What do you need from us?
I'm not sure, Kazi said. For the most part, we just needed to rest until we need to make sure we can get one of them isolated, because we cannot take two of them at once. Other than that, I do not know. While we wait for the rocks to settle back down, we can speak with the different guild members and see if we can get them working together.
Very well. There are a few. There aren't any open quarters, but you can rest anywhere in the clearing here. The Golden Will protects us as long as you're within these walls, and he shows you guys are in a courtyard, but it's more of a fenced-off area, as I've described before. The walls themselves are only about 5 feet tall. They're more of a privacy wall than an actual defensive position.
I do have a question, though. Does anyone have a wand of
What?
Blade Ward? Or similar artifact?
Wand? No, not that I know of. The majority of the artifacts in town are owned by the guild or guild members, or the members of the guard, issued to members of the guard, and I don't believe they are going to let go of any. And he looks at the mayor, and the mayor shakes his head. Those are needed to defend the people.
And what use are they now? You cower behind this. You cower inside this temple's hold.
Make a persuasion check. Or this could be intimidation, depending on how you want to spin it.
Honestly, I'm not sure. I gotta pull up the foundry here a second. Not actually sure which one is higher.
No, it's about the same.
Intimidation and persuasion. Yeah, they're literally the same. And I already used my heroic inspiration.
We got one after the fight, Noah.
Did everyone?
Yeah, that's what he just said, right?
Yeah, I will say everybody got one after that fight.
Okay,
You took down something that was actually normally tougher than what your group would be able to handle. So yeah, I would give everybody heroic inspiration for that.
So does that mean I could roll with advantage?
Yes, you can use your heroic inspiration if you wish.
Okay, because this could be particularly important.
Heroic inspiration? Okay.
20!
The mayor, as hard-headed as he seems to, concede your point. Very well. We have a couple of enchanted swords, armor, a couple of mages with some wands, though booming blade, you said?
Blade Ward.
Hang on, I need to check through. I have two. Oh, here we go. Brewer, get over here! The halfling yells at a lieutenant, and he walks over. Yes, Mayor? See to the adventurers. Give them what they need in order to kill the rest of these rocks. These disgusting birds. I wonder, would it be possible to get a higher bounty on them next year? Double the bounty. We don't currently have a bounty on rocks. What? That would be because of the fact that they're too dangerous.
Do we get a reward for killing the one we've already killed?
I believe, however, as much as there is no reward for going out and killing a monster such as this, there are rewards for defending the town. Your participation in this current, I believe this could count as a siege. He looks over at both the will speaker and the mayor, and they both nod. Yes, a siege. In which case, there are rewards, including any, including if I remember correctly, any potions or one-use items that you use during the siege in the defense of the town will be recuperated.
Ah.
So you pay for spell scrolls, Kazi says, raising an eyebrow.
Yes, however, it is within reason. The town, the Westwood, has signed a deal. According to Westwood law, he straightens up and seems like he's quoting or trying to remember it precisely. We will repay any usage of spell scrolls up to fourth tier in times of dire need, and I believe this would count.
Ooh, so that means I could freely use my scroll of haste. Anyway, go on.
You needed something? Yes.
Wand.
Take care of these adventurers. I have some things to deal with. And the mayor leaves you guys. He does open up the letter again and continue to read, walking away. You needed something?
Yes. Do you know of anyone who has a wand of Blade Ward or any similar artifact? Specifically, an item that casts it, not a spell scroll.
You said Blade Ward?
Yeah.
Nope. Sorry. We don't have anything like that. I can walk you... Since I've been given permission, I can take you to the stores and show you what we have.
That would be appreciated.
Hang on. Wait a minute. Don't I know you from somewhere?
We've been here before.
Oh, you discovered that dungeon beneath the town, didn't you? I interviewed you about that.
Yeah, that was us.
Anyway, let's get going. You make your way towards what appears to be the temporary barracks/storeroom for the guard that has been forced to retreat within the church. He opens up, producing a key. He opens up what appears to be an enchanted box, and inside are a number of different items. Unfortunately for you guys, there's nothing crazy in this box. However, there are a number of items that might be of interest, such as there are enchanted arrows, a couple of weapons, a couple of spell scrolls as well.
Can you put a list of what's in the storage?
Yes, I will put that in a loot to see what you guys want to grab. Oh, hang on.
Where is it?
Hang on, sorry. I'm still working on it at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't have this all written down, so I'm just quickly writing it down here. There we go. That is what's in the chest. This isn't everything in the armory, but we took everything that might be relevant to our current situation. According to the bestiaries, rocks are monstrosities, so these arrows right here will be extra effective against them. We haven't had the chance to use them yet, though.
Kazi's going to grab the 3 spell scrolls.
Alright, I will add them to
your inventory. What is the spell scroll called? Lightning? What tier is that? Or what level is that?
The 3rd tier spell. I should be able to add it as a... There we go. Create scroll. Call lightning. Hold person. And water breathing. There you go. Is anybody else taking anything from the chest?
The arrow of monstrosity slaying. Those don't have... There's no description in chat, but is that the... From the Roll20?
Let me
items index?
Let me double check if it matches up here. Oh, wait. That's annoying. Wait. Yeah, if a creature of that type takes damage from the ammunition, the creature makes a DC 17 Constitution saving throw, taking an extra 60-10 force damage on a failed save, or half as much extra damage on a successful one. Yes, so that is correct.
Okay. Who has the highest bonus to ranged weapons? Kreth.
I didn't realize I was muted, but probably me.
So, Kreth needs to take the 2 arrows of slaying monstrosities, because he has the highest to hit on ranged weapons. And no one else in the group uses arrows, so Kreth should probably take the +1 arrows as well.
Oh wait, no, that's shoot. All right. Yep. Let me just create those real quick.
Because the arrows of monstrosity slaying, those actually give us a fighting chance if we have to fight both of them.
Yeah.
Between the wall of force and one of those things, we could feasibly take it out before it gets around.
Shoot. How do I determine? Oh, this is just a simple.
Alternatively, we could just
Here we go. I figured it out. Monstrosities.
keep them and then say we used them.
I'd be lying.
Yeah. It's like
That would be lying.
40,000.
That is.
But,
It is expensive. Is some expensive ammunition. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Who is taking the arrow of monstrosity slaying and the +1 arrows?
It was me, right?
Make
Unless
sense
someone
to
else.
Kreth.
that?
Yeah.
All right. I will add them to your inventory. Oh, there you go. Oh wait. Did not get moved over. Oh, it's just adding arrows to your inventory. Hang on, I'm gonna delete your arrows, sorry. I know, this is so important that we keep track of arrows that I've definitely reminded you at any point in the... Didn't I just say at the beginning? I think I remember saying at the beginning that, like...
I shoot, like 5 arrows a fight anyway.
Yeah, I think at the beginning I just said I wasn't gonna keep track of ammunition. And I'm just gonna stick to that. But however, magical ammunition is going to be different. You will have to keep track of that. Because you only have so many of those, and they're worth quite a lot. Versus, like, arrows that are, like, worth a couple of silver pieces. Alright, there we go. Yeah, so I've added them to your inventory. 10 +1 arrows and 2 arrows of slaying monstrosities. Could be pretty useful.
Oh,
Yeah.
Alright, now that you've taken effectively almost everything besides the dagger from the chest, he says, so, what's the next move?
we need to rest first to recover, and then in the morning... What?
No, we need to take one out now.
True, we can. However, if we need to do so now, we need to wait at least an hour.
Alright, we can wait an hour.
Alright, yeah, if you guys want to take a short rest, you can take a short rest. So, you guys don't take a short rest very often, but if you remember correctly, you can choose just how guys can all select the short rest button on your character sheets, and you can choose how many hit dice you want to spend on recovering health.
Oops.
So you can just keep effectively every time you roll, you use a hit dice, and you can just keep rolling until you're full. Yep, there you go. Anybody else gonna spend any hit dice?
Nah, Kai's at full.
No.
Alright.
I only needed it to recover the spell slots.
Alright, so yeah, some
My
of you
still have, like,
rest for...
boosted health.
Huh?
My health is still boosted from something.
Did somebody cast aid during the fights, or is your health boosted? Oh yeah, somebody cast...
I think I cast it before the fight, possibly.
Yeah,
But I think it was immediately after we arrived.
Okay.
Don't know, I wouldn't have cast that before we left, but I think I didn't do that.
I believe I remember you guys casting it before the fight, if I...
Yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah.
Also, you guys rest for a bit. You started in the morning, so it's now about afternoon. The sun is high in the sky, almost directly above you guys. What are you doing now?
Where are the...
There is still one high in the sky, thousands of feet up in the air, that you can only see because of its immense size. The second one, however, is across the town. On a bell tower on one side of the town, you see the huge creature perched on top of it like a normal bird would be perched on a branch. And it just is gazing out across the town. That is the discard one. The old one is the one currently on the bell tower.
Okay. Do we try to take out the old one first? Thoughts? Plans? Anyone?
We target whichever one is higher up. when we attempt to repeat the same tactics, I suppose. Unless you think they're caught on.
I don't think we have a choice.
Yeah, let's just target the higher one up, or whatever one comes first.
Keep in mind, though, the Horn of Silent Alarm only targets one.
Oh,
It's possible the other one will follow, but...
let's attack the smaller one.
Is the old one the smaller one?
The old one is probably, if anything, slightly bigger than the younger one. But bigger is definitely relative here because both are much larger than an ordinary house. So where are you guys going?
By some sewers, so we can escape.
Yeah, I guess investigate the sewers. Not investigate the sewers, but try and figure out where the things are. That didn't make any sense. Try to figure out where the berries are specifically and fish them out of the water supply. And then look for a good opportunity to ambush the rock. Unless you guys have another plan?
No, I think that's good.
No, I think that plan works for me.
All right, are you traveling through the streets or through the waterworks?
The sewers, we don't really want to walk out the street, right?
Yeah.
As you are watching, the one up in the sky breaks out of its circling and begins to go for a dive. And you watch as this immense bird of prey dives down, its talons extended, as it flies in between down the large main street. And a person that you couldn't see up until the point that it's grabbed is suddenly ripped from the street by the huge bird, and it goes soaring hundreds upon hundreds of feet up into the air. It seems that somebody was
Hang on. Can we blow the horn
exposed.
before it...
Huh?
Can we blow the horn before it gets too far away?
This would probably be over 500 feet away from you guys.
Yeah, the horn of alarm is 600 feet.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can
Yeah.
you can attempt to blow it if you wish.
Blow the horn. Kazi says to Ruben, or Adrien. Blow the horn, blow the horn.
Alright, let me just find it.
Horn of Silent Alarm. This horn has 4 charges. As a magic action, you can blow the horn while expending 1 charge. One creature of your choice hears the horn's blare, provided that creature is within 600 feet of the horn. No other creature hears the horn. So, make a... what would this be? I would say, in this case, you blow the horn, but the creature does not break from its dive, and instead continues and scoops up the person exposed, trying to make their way across the street. All is a tiny figure, so it's hard to even make out what species or who the person is that got scooped up. But the rook did not seem to break away from its quarry because of the horn.
Aw, man.
It's even so distant that whatever screams the person might have made are just completely lost.
That's dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do we try to go for the old one?
I advise against it.
We do have those... the arrows, though.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I said we go for it.
How are you? So you're making your way through the sewer?
Yes.
Make one of you, whoever is guiding, make a survival check. It's not as easy as navigating the town
I can
above.
do that. 14.
14.
You
You begin heading towards a spot in the town that you judge to be a reasonable place. Lower down, between some thick, pretty large buildings, and right next to a sewer entrance, which, of course, you're coming out of the sewer entrance to get there, so you're next to one anyway. But you judge it'll be a reasonable spot, very similar to your first ambush site. As you're making your way there, Kreth, you're able to navigate the sewers, heading in the general direction of your objective. You hear the splash of somebody making their way through the water and through the tunnel ahead of you. And emerging from around the corner is a familiar face. A dwarf, and an ex-member of the group you used to be a part of, Magnus Eriksson.
Would I be on a first name basis with them?
Yeah, I would say so.
I'm gonna wave. I'm gonna be like, "Hello, Magnus."
Kreth, you're missing all the fun.
Oh, and what fun is that?
Okay, it is not fun for the people of this town, but all the excitement right after you left Westwood.
That's what I've come back to finish up.
The guild is getting into quite a conflict.
So I've heard.
Yes. I'm really hoping they will tear themselves apart in this case. A lot of bad comes from the guild.
Yeah, does Kreth have an opinion on the guild?
Other than the couple of times they've harassed you, I don't know. Do you have an opinion on the guild?
He's gonna go. I couldn't care less either way.
But you couldn't care less.
I've been away for a while. Try not to keep myself too attached.
He looks almost insulted. And he says, "Oh, you don't know.
What don't I know?
Kreth. The guild killed our group."
This is new information to me.
Yes.
What? Why?
The guild killed our group. Our captain was unwilling to join the guild, give them their cut. And one day, you'll remember this day, they snuck something into our supplies that should not have been there. You can probably guess what it is.
Same berries,
Kreth,
wasn't it?
Browns. He's gonna go, you're kidding me.
No. I had a sneaking suspicion from that day, but I did not want to say anything. It would sound like I was some sort of conspiracy theorist. But over the last few years, and especially over the last month or two, I have managed to find proof.
What proof do you have?
I have a testimony of, unfortunately now, a deceased guild member that they were ordered to carry out this deed. By the guild master, no less.
What happened to them?
He takes a moment, and he almost looks a little challenging. I killed him. That's why he's deceased.
Wouldn't their testimony have been more useful alive?
My emotions got the better of me. I had suspicions, sir, but up until that moment, I didn't know if I could...
Kreth is gonna shake his head. Nothing we can do about that now.
It's the guild. They're behind the death of our group. We have to do something. Heads must roll. We cannot let our group we cannot let this rulership, this tyranny go unchallenged. They think they could just kill whoever they want just because they won't join their stupid guild?
You're right. Something needs to change. Have you
Precisely.
thought about what to do about it?
I'm thinking that the head of the guild master of Westwood would be my personal goal, but ever since they started this little civil war, I haven't been able to get close.
What if the next person they appoint is just like him?
I regret to say I haven't thought that far.
Perhaps.
I have heard recently that you have done some things in the Cold Valley region. You've gotten stronger, Kreth.
I
Kreth,
have.
can you help me? Can you help me deal with the guild? They have killed who knows how many innocent groups that just refuse to give them their due. Refuse to pay their stupid tax.
No, this is unacceptable.
Precisely. We must do
I've
what...
never been...
We must...
I've never been one for planning. But I'm open to ideas.
We must make sure that justice is done, no matter the cost. Isn't that precisely what our old leader would say?
If we go by what they said, doesn't that just make us as bad as them?
We are not in here... You and I, we're not here for profit. We're here to avenge old comrades. And I believe that is different.
Kreth's just gonna stroke his chin and think.
Deal with the rock first.
Yeah, he's gonna say, my first order of business is this rock problem. After that, I'm all ears.
But hey, hang on. The rocks will still be around. And with them, the guilds are not able to pick their heads up because of the fact that the rocks are out there. We can strike now.
The rocks are killing innocent people. This takes priority.
No, our dead comrades takes priority, Kreth.
As
If we
much
do
as
not-
I support avenging the death as much as you do, I think preventing the loss of more lives is the most important thing.
Fine. Very well. Do what you need to do, and I will do what I need to do. Good luck,
Kreth's gonna give
Kreth.
him a look.
Can you wait?
Don't do anything you'll regret.
Make an insight check. Kreth?
Okay. I'm not that bad at insight. I rolled a 19.
Wait.
Kreth,
Go on.
you look across the face of a dwarf that you once knew. Of a dwarf that was once your comrade in arms. You hunted who knows how many dangerous monsters and animals for both food and for bounty. Even saving villagers from ravenous monstrosities. But you realize all at once, this is not a dwarf that you knew. This is not the same dwarf that you knew all those years ago. And some things click together.
Click? Like,
Yeah.
what kind of things are clicking?
Memories come back to you, Kreth. You meeting Magnus Eriksson on the road a couple of weeks ago. A cart that had been apparently ran off the road by giant badgers. 2 bodies that had been pelted with arrows. Barrels of a strange, sweet-smelling liquid.
Oh no.
Oh.
He turns away from you and begins back around the corner.
I would
And
like
you
to
think
point
about
out
what
that-
he said. I will do
I-
what must be done.
Hold on a second. I would like to
Kazi
point
casts
out that
person.
Andrew gave us the spell Scroll of Hold Person.
Of
Yeah, but Kazi casts hold person.
I would say
Unless-
that Kreth doesn't.
Oh, wait,
only
he's not.
Kreth realizes this at this moment.
Do you tell them to catch him, or
What do you say? What do you do, Kreth?
Kreth's gonna go up and grab his arm, and he's gonna say, "Stop.
Why?
If you follow this path, you'll become just as bad as them. I don't want that for you."
Make a persuasion check.
Where is that? I found it. 12.
He shakes your arm off, and he just says, "I'm here to avenge our fallen comrades, and nothing more." And he begins to walk. He continues to walk down the tunnel.
So wait, am I connecting the Traveler's Bazaar? Am I connecting that to something the guild did or something he did?
Something he did.
What would Kreth do in this situation? Kreth's gonna lean over to you guys. He's gonna go, "You guys, it's just him, right? It's just that there's no one else with him."
Yeah, he's about to turn a corner in this winding waterworks that's like a sewer.
I'm gonna lead over to you guys and go, "Do you guys have anything to restrain him? I fear he's gonna do something he'll regret.
Kazi
something-
casts hold person.
That he can't take back."
You cast Hold Person.
Yeah.
No, Ruben cast it, I think.
Who is casting Hold
What
Person?
would you do?
Are you both casting it on him?
I say we both do it. Because we both just react instantly, I think.
Yes, okay. Let's have him... Oh, yeah, he's going to make a save here. That is a Wisdom saving throw, correct?
I think so. Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
What is your DC? He's going to roll twice here.
15.
One for the first person who said, so one for Kazi and then one for Ruben. So I'm just going to use the same stat block he had before. Wisdom. Oh yeah, that will be a failure. You cast the spell, and before he's able to make it around the corner, the ranger freezes up, just freezes in place, stiffens, paralyzed. What is the meaning of this?
I can't let you continue on with what I know you'll do.
Hang on. Does Kazi make the connection that this guy did that the berries in the wagon were the ones that were dumped into the water?
I'm not sure if you were ever part of dealing with the bodies or the wagon during that part, but I remember Ruben and Kreth were. They hauled and buried the bodies.
Okay.
So Ruben, you might remember the cart also long ago that you guys assisted Magnus with retrieving. But yeah, so you might be confused, Kazi, of why Kreth wants, or maybe not confused. But
yeah. So, Kreth,
Magnus just seems outraged at this moment.
Kreth, why do we tie this guy up again? Kazi says, scratching his head. I know
Kreth's gonna bring it up. He's gonna be like, remember the cart?
Yes? What about it, though?
So wait, hold on. I'm connecting that this dude is the one who put the berries in the supply, right?
As you mentioned the cart, Kreth, in front of everyone, Magnus's face goes just pale. Blood drains from his face.
You didn't, Kazi says. You guessed me. And then Kazi's gonna walk over and start stripping him of all his weapons and gear and everything.
Yeah, he has a bow and a couple of daggers on him. Something that,
magical?
No, nothing magical.
Kazi's gonna do an Arcana check just to be sure.
Okay, yeah, you search his body, nothing magical. But Magnus says, unhand me. Don't you understand? If you had comrades, you'd be willing to do anything to get justice too.
I do, comrade. I want
people.
just as much as you, but this isn't the right way to go about it.
But really, this many people? You chose the wrong path, Kazi said, shaking his head. Alright, let's bring him back to this golden well.
No, actually. The zone of truth.
What? What exactly are you accusing me of? Of avenging my friend?
What are you about to do?
I was going to kill the guild. All of them.
Did you? Kazi, did you or did you not put the berries in the water source? That would attract the rocks.
He seems to think for a moment. It seems to be obvious that you guys have figured this out at the moment, and you have some pretty good evidence on him. He's going to say, the berries? The berries? That's what this is about? Luring a couple of rocks to the city so that they can munch on a couple of guild members?
And innocent people get in crossfire.
Did you or did you not put the berries in the well?
I put a couple of berries in the well. Sure.
How were you planning on wiping out the guild?
How am I planning on wiping out the guild? I put a couple of berries in the water, and 3 show up. And 3 show up. The rest? The rest are sloshing around in the central water pool, just waiting to spread to the rest of the town. When 100 rocks show up to Westwood, everyone will be inside of the god. Everybody will be under the fence of the god, our great and powerful golden will, except for the guild members. They will not leave their halls, and they will be torn apart, member by member, until this ridiculous group that has killed my comrades and received no punishment for it is dead. Every last one.
You disgust me. I know what it feels like to have vengeance. An entire village burned to the ground by a dragon. But you...
I have taken steps to avenge my comrades, dwarf. No, wait, no, he is a dwarf. He wouldn't call you a dwarf. I have taken steps to avenge my comrades, kin. Have you? You, Ruben.
I knock him out.
Okay. Yeah, you, Ruben, remember the dream you had of your father still alive, toiling to forge mithril for a dragon. The same dragon that acided, dissolved your village. Adrien, as Ruben is remembering this, you just whack the back of the head of this paralyzed guy. And yeah, that would take him out. He's not a very tough opponent. He still has the stats of when he was fighting with you guys back when you were like level 2.
Specifically,
Yeah,
I'm not actually trying to stab him. I'm just hitting him with the pommel.
Yeah, I'm saying because he's paralyzed. You can do that.
We
Yeah, so
need to get the
he is
berries out
conked
of the
out.
water before more of them show up.
So where are you guys heading?
We would be terribly exposed if we did try to take it out of the water, though.
We could have a familiar do it.
What's to say they're not
Is
gonna
there
get
is there a cleansing spell that would work?
It's not a toxin.
It's eaten by unicorns. I don't think cleansing spell's gonna do anything.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah. He did mention that there is a central pool of this waterworks, and there are, like, all of these tunnels that you're in have streams where the water is slowly making its way downhill.
So as we speak, the water is basically going farther and farther.
Perhaps he said he did say that it wasn't released yet, and he was going to do something.
Oh. I think you knocked him out a bit
yeah.
early, man.
As you're waiting, the smell isn't necessarily getting any stronger, though it is quite strong in the neck as you are standing next to the stream.
Can we follow the water upstream then?
Yeah, you can do that. Changing your course, you guys make your way, following the stream in the opposite direction of where it's heading. You go upstream further and further until at last, after a bunch of twists and turns in this strangely underground passageways that carve their way through the town, you arrive in a large chamber. There appears to be an opening far up ahead, up towards the roof, where some light comes in. This is like a cistern, and you see a large overflowing cistern where all of the water is coming, and there are several pools connected to it through little wooden like doors that can be opened and closed to let the water through. And the smell is painfully thick in this room.
So, let me clarify. Is this a room that we're in?
Yeah, you're in a room still in the underground the waterworks. You're probably somewhere near or underneath the golden at this point.
Okay.
But there is like a grate high up ahead, maybe a couple feet wide, that lets in some sunlight. Are you looking around this chamber?
Yeah.
Further in, sure enough, one of the pools, though still closed off through a little wooden hatch, one of the pools has been so thickly filled with dayshine berry juice that it has turned a unpleasant yellow. 3 familiar barrels, lie next to it, though one appears to be half full and opened, just having this sickly sweet reek emanate into the room. All you would have to do to make the water a whole lot more dayshiny, smelly, is to just pull up the wooden hatch, keeping that pool water in. It would flow into the cistern, and from there, it would flow to the rest of the town. And then also from there, it would flow out of the town, so it would spread out in all directions.
Is there... If we burn the stuff, would it still smell enough like the berry?
You're not sure?
Actually,
Burning acid, that stuff has been known to just destroy plants and leave no wreckage, so that might be a viable option. Though it is mixed in with a ton of water. This pool is about the size of a hot tub pool, to give a good example. And the cistern is the size of a swimming pool, a large one. Yes, that's very specific.
could we use, like, control... Does Celsi have, like, control water or something?
Does she have control water?
Actually, no, first level spell, create or destroy water.
She has create food and water, but not the destroy. But you do?
No, it's only a first level spell, so presumably if we found that, maybe we could use it to get rid of the water.
Yeah, Celsi is going to say... Oh wait, is that a cleric spell?
Yeah, control water is 4th level transmutation, cleric, druid, wizard.
Kazi has elementalism. He can use sculpt element, and he can use sculpt dirt, sand, fire, smoke, or water in a 1-foot cube, and make it assume a crude shape for an hour. So we can literally grab the blocks and turn the water into blocks and stick it in a barrel.
I have elementalism too.
So would that work, Andrew, to filter out the dayshine berries?
If you could put the elementalism in the chat, I want to read what it can do real quick. But that sounds about right. Back in water, you create a spray of cool. Wait.
No, sculpt element at the bottom.
Oh, sculpt element. You cause smoke or water to fit that can fit in a 1-foot cube to assume a crude shape, such as of a creature for 1 hour. Yeah, I suppose you could. Unfortunately, you couldn't use it to separate out the daysine juice from the water itself, though.
Okay, so I can't just control the water.
Nope. You would pick up the daysine. It's becoming a tongue twister somehow. The daysine berries. The juice has been mixed in with the water. So yeah, you cast it, forming it into a cube, and you're able to make it into a solid cube. Unfortunately, it's still dangerous as soon as it turns back into water again.
So we need to store it in like a barrel or something.
Could we use fire to evaporate the water off the top?
No. That's probably just going to release the scent into the air. We do not want to do. And purify food and water wouldn't work, would it? Because it's not a poison or rot. Is it?
Chelsea is going
No,
to
you already said
say...
it's not poison.
She's going to say, I can use, if we take a rest. She eyes nervously at the pool, but she says, if we take a rest, I can switch one of my spells to create food or water. No, wait. Destroy or create water. And with a couple of castings, this might take more than what I can do in a day. We can get rid of it all. But as you look a little closer, and the door, the wooden hatch that blocks this pool from the cistern isn't perfect. And you can see where it is leaking a little bit, slowly leaking more and more of the berry juice into the cistern.
That much time.
Kazi is going to sculpt element and start pouring dirt, packing dirt other side of the barrier. So not on the...
Okay. Yeah. It does not, with all the loose dirt around and with the stone and other materials that you have access to, you do manage to pack it enough. The water's a little murky now, but you do manage to pack it enough that no more of the yellow is leaking over.
That's good, at least.
That solves one problem, I suppose.
Yeah. Temporarily, though. Kazi is going to see if he can intentionally damage the gate so that it cannot be removed.
You try to pull at it, and because you have it compacted with dirt at the moment, it doesn't really budge. You can try and really pull at it, but that might cause it to come loose.
Okay. No, yeah. Kazi's gonna look around for some sticks and try to jam some sticks in to keep the gate jammed.
Okay. Yeah, you jam a couple of more sticks in. It's not coming loose accidentally, at the very least.
Okay. How long, Stealthy, did you say you had to wait for your spell?
What would this be? I don't want to give her any more... I don't want to give her any special effects. It would be over a long rest. She would have to rest for 8 hours, and then during that time she could commune with Vesper and receive different spells. Is destroying create water outside of the paladin's spells?
I think it just says cleric, druid, and wizard.
Ah, unfortunate.
Because paladins do actually have their own spell list, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
But Celsi is going to say, this would take me multiple days to eliminate this much water, but I could do it.
Do you think the Clear Lake's other priests will have the same abilities?
And honestly, if we could get if we were in the Goldmark region, this would be so much quicker.
It's true, yeah. There are advantages to the Goldmark region.
If If we had a bunch of spell scrolls, we could get rid quickly, but
Can we go talk to the
Clear Lake?
yeah,
not the Clear Lake? The
Golden Willow, it wouldn't be unreasonable to go back and tell them what happened. We should probably leave some of us here to guard the pool while one of us goes back to warn.
No, we gotta bring
Is
the
it-
prisoner back.
Yeah, but do we leave someone here to make sure that... Cause we don't know if he's the only one.